The other thing is that in that photo that was released with Stephen Miller and Katie getting escorted out, in the background of it, have you noticed this part? A couple of people have pointed it out. In the background of it, you can see the stage that Donald Trump was sitting at, and in the background of that, you can see out of focus, but it is clearly Donald Trump standing in the background of that photo, just like standing there, like chill, nonchalant, acting like nothing is happening. And again, a lot of people are putting on their tinfoil hat and they're saying, look at Donald Trump in all of these photos from the event. He looks so chill. When security first comes in and they're saying shots fired, starting to escort people out, people are looking at the look on Donald Trump's face in that moment. And he smirked at his wife right as people were coming
Hmm.
in and like saying that there's shots fired and whatnot. And like JD Vance got taken out of there immediately, whereas Donald Trump like took his time and whatnot. And like you can look at those photos and you can see, oh, this is a man who sees he knew that this was going to happen, right? Caroline
Yeah.
Levitt said shots would be fired,
Yeah.
right? There's another interpretation of that, which is that he's an old, demented, obese man.
Yep.
And he looks so chill and nonchalant about the whole thing because he has dementia and he didn't understand.
Yes,
And
100%.
and they got JD Vance out faster because he is a middle-aged man who is capable of standing up and walking himself out of the room. And guys, Donald Trump, our president, is not capable of standing up by himself and walking out of the room with any kind of speed. He is
Nope.
not capable of that. He needs to hold himself and he needs to like take his time standing up. And what happened was, if you really go back and look at those photos, is that an obese dementia patient had a group of security individuals say, we need to go. And he was confused because he has dementia. So then they picked him up. And then because he is old and demented and he has cardiovascular issues, he fainted and he fell.
Hmm.
They were saying like, oh, they talked after the last assassination attempt that they wanted him to like, lay down and like duck and cover because they got heat last time because he like stood up and pumped his fist or whatever. No, he's an old demented patient with cardiovascular issues and he fainted when they yanked him up out of his chair because that's what happens when you're in the kind of physical shape that Donald Trump is in. So
Yeah.
he fainted and then they picked him up and carried him a little bit further and then he fell down again. And that's what's happening. And then they got him to safety off stage away from the threat. And by the time they could get him off stage, they already had the whole situation under control. So then they were just like, okay, stand right here, old man. And then
Yeah.
he's in the background photo with Stephen Miller and his wife.
Yeah.
And he's standing there looking confused, like he's about to get announced on stage because he doesn't know where he is.
Yeah.